To a severe weather town hall meeting, and the community pulls together to get a Barry County, Missouri camp ready for some eager campers. KOIM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, Carl Junction residents learn how local agencies respond to severe weather. Details from tonight's town hall meeting. Plus, severe flooding in Pittsburgh caught many off guard, including some first responders. Melissa Alexa shows us how crews handled dozens of calls in just one morning. And
volunteers in Barry County come together after the storm to make sure a summer camp is able to be up and running for the campers who need it. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Carl Junction, Missouri hosts a severe weather town hall with a focus on preparing for the next weather event. This is KOIM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. Tonight's meeting at the CJ Community Center featured presentations from city officials, police, fire, and a National Weather Service trained spotter. Carl Junction is very familiar with severe weather. Recently, in fact, on Easter Sunday, an EF1 tornado tore through Jasper County, uprooting trees and damaging homes. Organizers aim to educate the public on emergency response protocols before and after severe weather events.
Anytime a severe thunderstorm warning is issued, people need to be aware. People need to start preparations. People need to be, eyes on the sky. People need to be watching their local weather forecasts. The siren really, when that goes off, that means there's actually a tornado warning, which means there has been rotation or an actual tornado spotted. So the time to act is very short.
The meeting streamed live on the CJ Community Center and Carl Junction Connection Facebook pages. As more rain comes in the wake of yesterday's flooding, authorities stress a familiar warning: turn around, don't drown. Pittsburgh Fire Chief says emergency crews were busy during yesterday's weather. Pittsburgh Police Department responded to 22 calls. The Crawford County Sheriff's Office assisted with another 11 calls. These calls included disabled or stranded vehicles in the floodwaters, accidents, a tree falling on a house, and animal welfare checks. It says a large toppled tree also pulled down power lines in Pittsburgh. Now, with more rain in the forecast, he urges people to be mindful of the potential for more flooding.
With all the water in the streets and just the heavy rain, the winds actually played a big part, and we did have a large elm tree that came down, spanned between a couple houses, pulled down some power lines.
CERN says there were no major injuries. Communities around Barry County, Missouri saw extensive damage from yesterday's storms, from downed power lines to uprooted trees. One area hit Camp Barnabas, a summer camp for those with disabilities. But as KOIM Samantha Walker reports, dozens of volunteers are there to help.
Tuesday morning storms did not leave Camp Barnabas alone. The site, which offers a summer camp experience for those with disabilities and chronic illnesses, saw significant damage, with poles and limbs pulled down to entire trees smashing into cabins.
Damage structurally to 3 cabins. I think we last counted about 37 large trees down all over our property.
And with staff and an estimated 1,500 campers expected in a matter of weeks, the camp's team knew they needed help.
As soon as I walked the property and saw the magnitude of the damage, and I know what we have to get done in a short time frame, I knew we needed help, and we needed to ask for help. And so we immediately went into kind of crisis management mode and got the message out to help, that we need help.
And help is exactly what scattered across the storm-damaged camp. Professionals and community members prepared with whatever tools they have.
They showed up not knowing really what they were getting into with the chainsaw in hand.
Spirit Tree Care brought a team of workers to spend a long day helping remove large trees. Storm damage recovery is something the company knows well after severe weather hit their home in northwest Arkansas last year.
So we knew that it requires a lot. It requires a lot of skill, a lot of safety, a lot of just understanding trees and wood when it's under stress and things like that. And so we knew we had a special skill set to be able to come and help get these trees off the cabins or get them out of sticky situations.
Camp staff say they've had roughly 100 volunteers in the first day of cleanup alone, and there's enough work for all of them.
There's a multitude of things happening right now. We have tree removal, and then we will navigate into cabin repair. in a short time frame.
She says thanks to the help of these volunteers, the camp will be up and running in no time.
I have no questions about it. I know they'll be ready to go. So campers are going to have a great summer. I know it.
Reporting in Berry County, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Now, if you're interested in volunteering or helping donate for the recovery efforts, we have how to do so on our website, koamnewsnow.com. Lawns throughout Joplin are littered with broken branches and downed trees from yesterday's storms. Local tree service companies say they're receiving double the usual number of calls from 4-state residents, and they're urging the community to stay patient as crews work longer hours to clean up.
Since the storm's been setting in, we've been getting about 10-15 calls at minimum a day, keeping busy, going to go look at them.
So much rain that the root balls are getting saturated, and then we get the high winds, and that's why the trees are blowing over.
Experts tell us one of the biggest headaches they're having right now is working with insurance companies. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
And the rain has been a problem. This is one of our wettest Aprils on record across the region. Most of us in the range of 9 to about 14 inches of rain this month. Look at just over the past 24 hours, 1, 2, 3, upwards of 4 inches once you get into northeastern parts of Oklahoma. Flood watch still in effect tonight. In the brighter greens, you can see flood warnings. And thankfully, all the rain is out of here. We may get an isolated shower later on tonight, but overall, we look pretty good. A few little thunder showers late tonight into the morning, kind of falling apart as they work through. We actually get a pretty good day. Now, we could get some thunderstorms that try to fire up tomorrow evening, and then a batch of thunderstorms work back in tomorrow night into Friday morning. So we're definitely going to have to keep our eyes on that as we go through the next couple days. 65 for a high temperature for us today. We're going to look at the rest of the week here in just a bit.
Catch you soon. 10 seniors at McDonald County High School prepare to take the next big step after their graduation. Their story's coming up. But up first, a bill to strengthen sentencing for accessory to murder in Oklahoma goes to the governor's desk. Laura and Ashley's law passes the Oklahoma Senate and is now headed to Governor Kevin Stitt's desk. The proposed law adds accessory to murder in the first degree and accessory to murder in the second degree to the list of felony offenses for which Oklahoma already requires convicted criminals to serve at least 85% of their sentence. The law is named after two girls, Laura Bible and Ashley Freeman, who went missing in northeastern Oklahoma in December of 1999. Ashley's parents were found murdered in their burned home. Their disappearance launched a decades-long investigation, leaving family, friends, and an entire community desperate for answers. Primary suspect, Ronnie Busick, eventually agreed to a plea deal in 2020, pleading guilty to accessory to murder, kidnapping, and arson. As part of that agreement, he was required to provide information that could lead to the discovery of Laura and Ashley's remains. However, Busick's cooperation was limited and no new leads emerged. In 2023, Busick was released early from prison due to good behavior. The governor's signature, Laura and Ashley's law, would strengthen sentencing requirements, ensuring those who aid in such crimes face stricter consequences. Liberty Utilities moves closer to hosting town hall meetings for customers in Missouri. The announcement comes after the Missouri Public Service Commission voted 5-0 to launch an investigation into customer services and billing practices of Liberty Utilities. The investigation covers all Liberty utility companies operating in Missouri. While the energy provider continues to iron out the details, upcoming plans will include a series of town hall meetings open to the public. As for now, these meetings will tentatively take place from June 9th through the 13th. Liberty plans to announce the dates, times, and locations once they've been finalized. Some standout students at McDonald County High School signed to take their skills to the next level today, but not for sports. The school held a ceremony honoring 10 seniors who will move to the military service following graduation. Students and staff joined family members and military representatives as the seniors signed their official commitments to serve in either the Marine Corps or Missouri National Guard.
We're seeing an increase bigger and bigger into the military here at McDonald County High School because the opportunity is just remarkable. Their future is written for them. And it's the one thing, it's not hope, it's a direction.
Members of the public also attended that ceremony. It was another day of hard work to prep for upcoming fun in Pittsburgh. Pitt State recreation students are putting the wrap on projects at the Lincoln Center, preparing for OK Kids Day on Saturday. They've made birdhouses and much more over the last few months.
So it's a really great opportunity for these students to get to know kids, learn how to connect with them while being outside. And then of course this is their final project, is they'll be there Saturday volunteering and putting their time to connect with these kids outdoors.
OK Kids Day is Saturday at Lakeside Park with several activities starting bright and early. It's free for all ages. You can find more information on our website. Again, KOAMnewsnow.com. A little later, incredible egg contraptions take flight as preschoolers battle gravity in a Humpty Dumpty showdown.
And we still have some thunderstorm chances in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up.
Show's back.
Well, of course, we have more showers and thunderstorms for us today. No severe weather, but definitely very heavy amounts of rain. Most of the severe weather is kind of wiped out now. Still a little bit going on in southeastern Missouri. So at least we are looking better behind all the showers and thunderstorms we had earlier today. Most of tonight's going to be quiet. Could get a random shower in here later on tonight. See a little band just north of Wichita, another little band northwestern parts of Kansas. These will most likely kind of fall apart as they start to work in. But late tonight, some slight chance tomorrow afternoon, and then once again as we get into tomorrow night. Let's go through time. Spotty shower tonight, most of you dry. We're going to stop this 6 o'clock in the morning. Spotty shower, most of you dry. Could get a little bit of fog during the morning. The winds have calmed down. Get to partly sunny skies, looking at the noon hour, near 70. As we get into the afternoon, we're going to have to see if any spotty thunderstorms can pop up. But again, most of you dry. High temp 75, 76. Tomorrow night, another batch of thunderstorms develop out toward the west. These will start to push in Kansas, Oklahoma. Here's after midnight and then push through. These don't look severe, but it could be kind of loud after midnight as we go into your Friday morning. So we're going to start your Friday. We're looking at 8:30 in the morning. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. These are going to pull out. And then once we get into the afternoon, I do think there's going to be a few little lines of thunderstorms that develop. So we do have tomorrow, again, mainly dry. But as we go into Friday, we are going to have some scattered thunderstorms. It's kind of hard to figure out how much rain, but let's just say on average, pretty light, 1/10 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch max as we go through the next couple days. But look at this, over an inch today for the month, nearly 10 inches. That is nearly all-time record highs for the month of April. And we are almost 2 inches above average. So we're well out of the drought across the region, which is great news. Nice shot, Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. The winds we had earlier today, we call that a wind dump or a wake low. It's an area of low pressure that develops behind the area of thunderstorms that we had earlier, and the air descends to the ground, compresses, and we had 40, 50 mile per hour winds. Kind of hard to forecast, but we did see that briefly this afternoon. 69 by noon. 76 for a high. Here's this system. We're looking at the upstairs in the atmosphere. Here's our weak wave tomorrow night into Friday. But I want you to look at this. Look at the weekend. High pressure in charge. So we see a great weekend. Gets interesting next week. This is what we call a blocking pattern. If you want to shut down severe weather, you want this, especially in the month of May. Get an area of low pressure here. What does that do? Keeps that guy out that way. If he can't move in, we can't get severe weather. So we need to watch over the next few days, how strong will that low be to determine what happens for us next week. Because it'd be nice to go the first week of May with no severe weather. All right, 76 on Thursday, 70 on Friday. Weekend looks pretty good, a chance to dry out, and temperatures overall pretty close to average.
Yeah, pretty nice stretch of nice days ahead.
Not bad.
Thanks, Doug. Company Merck is investing $1 billion in a new plant in Delaware, where it's going to make the cancer drug Keytruda. The company says the facility is expected to be up and running by 2028, and it'll create more than 500 full-time jobs, 4,000 construction jobs. The announcement comes as President Trump has signaled plans to put tariffs on pharmaceuticals in his push to boost domestic manufacturing. General Motors is recalling nearly 600,000 Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC trucks and SUVs because their V8 engines can fail without warning, increasing the risk of a crash. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says manufacturing defects in the engine's components are to blame for the engine failures. The agency says it's received at least 39 reports of incidents. GM says it'll send notices to affected owners by June for free repair at a dealership. Still ahead, Pitt State Track and Field provides its trip to the MIAA Outdoor Championships, and a Columbus Titan signs to continue her wrestling career at the collegiate level. John Dales has those stories and more. It's coming up next in sports.
Savings are going on now.
This weekend, Pittsburgh State Track and Field competes at the 2025 MIAA Outdoor Championships held at Emporia State. The PSU men and women both enter as the #1 ranked team, not only in the conference, but the entire country.
When you're at Division II, you have to hit certain marks to get to nationals. So you're trying to chase weather, and so it's that balancing act of making sure that we get the marks we need, but also not to overdo it too early to where, we start to fizzle out towards the end and when it matters. So we do a great job, and it is a balancing. There's no cookie cutter system. We just want to make sure mentally we're sharp and mentally that we're ready to go. Physically, we're good, but it's the mental part of making sure that you give them enough time off.
As we get towards the end of the school year, more and more of our local student athletes finalize their plans for the future. And today, several high school seniors around Southeast Kansas hold signing ceremonies. We start at Columbus High School, where Emily Britt signed with Ottawa University to continue her wrestling career. She had an incredible senior year for the Titans. Britt finished with a 35-8 record and placed third at Class 4A state finals. She plans to study elementary education in hopes of becoming a teacher.
I didn't even think about it until my dad was like, your senior year, you've really grown. And I'm like, okay, maybe you're right. So I wanted to achieve my goals and wanted to go farther with my wrestling career.
And two athletes from Girard High School also signed to play their sport at the college level. Kaylin McAtee signed with Colby Community College for wrestling. In her senior year, she won the first individual state championship in school history. And Isabel Shook signs as well. She's joining the rodeo team at Fort Scott Community College.
I don't want to say inspirational, but how determined the coach was. He has very high expectations for how his first year coaching the team is going to turn out, and I really like having high expectations. Yeah, I love Kansas. It's my favorite state, obviously. I'm really excited I'm able to stay within Kansas and not go out to somewhere like Iowa.
I chose Fort Scott because it's closer to home, closer if I need to go back or decide I want to go back. Rodeo was really the biggest reason I chose it, and they pursue in agriculture, which is what I'm interested in.
And since it's a Wednesday night, that means it's time for another Diamond Deep Dive on the Cardinals and Royals, who each play today. We start with the Redbirds, who sweep a doubleheader over the Reds in Cincinnati. They win the first contest 6-0, thanks in a large part to Mason Wynn hitting 2 home runs. You just saw the first, and here's the second. Then they take the second one by a final score of 9-1. Gordon Graceffo gets the win on the mound after throwing 5 innings, allowing just 2 hits coming out of the bullpen. Now that's helped out the Cardinals a bit in the NL Central standings. Here they are. The Cubs lose to the last place Pirates tonight, so that helps everybody else who's trying to chase them down for first place in the division. Today also improves St. Louis's road record to 4-12. Over in the American League, the Royals win today as well, 3-0 over the Rays. Their number 5 prospect, Noah Cameron, gets the win on the mound in his MLB debut. He throws 6 1/3 scoreless innings while allowing just 1 hit and striking out 3. It's been a pretty good week for the Royals. Since last Wednesday, Kansas City has won 6 of its last 7. And with today's results, the Royals' record is above 500 for the first time in 3 weeks. They're 3 games behind the Tigers for first place in the AL Central. And Noah Cameron, that's a name to remember for the Royals' future. Not only does he get the win, he took a no-hitter into the 7th inning in his MLB debut.
It's a nice way to start a career in the major leagues.
I'd say so.
We'll be right back. You know, we all know eggs are pretty precious these days, right? How far would you go to keep one from cracking, though? Students at St. Mary's Preschool in Joplin put their eggs to the test today during the annual Humpty Dumpty Day, and there were some splats like that going on, maybe not so much in other cases. Each student designed their own egg protection plan, from parachutes and padding to colorful contraptions, all in hopes of preventing a big splat at the end of that great fall. The Joplin Fire Department helped out by raising the eggs high into the air with their fire engine ladder in them, and as you see, dropping them to the ground.
I remember at the old St. Mary's, we had our some staff that would throw the eggs off of the side of the building, and so now I'm really excited that we get to partner with our local fire department and have their help in our egg drop.
Some eggs survived, others didn't survive so much, kind of got scrambled, you might say, but students walked away with a little hands-on fun in science, creativity, problem solving, learning about energy and inertia, and basically how to get yourself out of a mess, I guess, or to prevent one from happening in the first place.
Yep.
Some good lessons.
All right, Tim, don't pull up the graphic because I don't have the 7-day up, but we have a few hit and miss showers that are going to push in again tomorrow night into Friday, but the weekend drying out looking good.
You did a nice job of getting yourself out of a mess or preventing what from happening in the first place. Final sports notes.
Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern softball play their first games at the MIAA tournament. That's tomorrow in Hayes.
Look forward to hearing about that. Thanks for joining us. Morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.